right. Now we got another treat for us today. We're talking to Tim Gilbert of Lake Country United. And we've talked to you before, Tim, and it's good to see you again. First of all, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Great, great. Well, I know last time we were talking about you were with Georgia Revolution. We were talking about some of the work you were doing with them. Now you've got a new sort of project going with Lake Country United. Tell us about your ideas about starting the club there and the reasons for doing so.
Well, we actually were founded in 2015. So I was part of the founding group that started this. Initially, there was no club soccer right here in our area. There was some a little north of us, 20 miles north and 20 miles south, but there was really nothing right here. And a lot of those programs were a little bit expensive. Some of our kids couldn't afford some of those programs. So we kind of tried to we were really designed for the other guys, the guys that couldn't quite afford the club program or whose parents couldn't drive them um, because of the inconvenience, or at least it being 20 miles. For some people, that's a long way, especially if they have limited vehicles and things like that. So we recruited kids from the trailer parks, from all sorts of places. We didn't care where they came from. The local rec department, we were able to figure out kids that were some of the best on some of those teams, and that evolved into what became initially Putnam Impact Soccer Club. And then in 2018, because we had so many kids coming from this whole region, which is nicknamed Lake Country, there's 3 lakes over 5 counties, we changed the name in 2018 to Lake Country United FC. I'm enjoying it. I love this area. We're right here at Lake Oconee, Lake Sinclair. Lake Jackson kind of brushes the edge of where we are. We got a great group of kids, and now we've started our first UPSL team. And so far, we only had 8 training sessions to date since we began, but the team is coming together nicely. Got a great blend of people, young kids with veterans, guys who just graduated college, guys who are headed to college, um, guys who have had some pro experience, and guys who have had no more than Sunday league experience, um, that have all blended together and formed this group. And I think we're pretty good. We won't know till we start playing games, Andre. But I'm excited to have our first game. Our first friendly is next Saturday in Augusta, and I'll let you know on Sunday if I'm right or not.
Right, right. And what is your role there with the team? And, you got it established, like you say, a few years ago. And now that you're at this level now, you got a UPSL team. What is actually your role with the club itself?
Yes, yes, that's my role. It's everything. I do everything. It's so first off, I'm the first team head coach, and that has been tremendous working and building a coaching staff as well as putting the team together. I got to say, it's the most fun I've ever had in soccer. Really, it's just been absolutely the most challenging and most fun and most rewarding. And I'm really hoping again next Sunday we'll have another conversation. And I'll let you know if I'm still that excited. But I think that we're really on to something special. So that's the number one role for now. But I'm also the club's director, meaning that I run all our academy teams, work with our coaches, build standards and practices. Um, Now that I'm no longer working with the Revs, I have a lot more time to do things with our academy. I'm running free programs. We've got a free clinic we're doing every Tuesday down in the Lake Oconee area that I've opened up for everybody, not just Lake Country United kids, but all sorts of kids. Anybody can come there. Really been positive. The team aspect, the club aspect, all of that. Sponsors coming on board. I think we've got 15 sponsors so far, club sponsors. That's been successful, including a national company. I really believe we're going to provide a match day experience, bringing our community together, and that is going to be exciting. I get chills talking about it because I'm so excited for the match day experience that we're going to provide here that I haven't seen anybody do in UPSL. And I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm certainly risking a lot to do it, but I really want to get a big, large crowd and a community that comes together to celebrate something, which in this
Right.
case would be this soccer team, where people can start seeing they have a lot more in common than they have differences. So
Yeah, yeah, and Tim, I'm glad you explained that about the reach that it has for the local community there, the advantages and the work that you're doing to get more coaches involved, to get more players involved, because we've had this discussion offline too about the game at this level. And I'm one, the growth of the UPSL in Georgia has been phenomenal. Since we started in 2018, we had 8 teams. Now we have 8 total teams. And now we have, 18 in just the Premier. We have 22 in Division One. We have 10 teams coming in with the women, and now we're starting a youth academy. These are more and more opportunities that didn't exist before. And some people wonder about, well, what about this growth? Is it watering down the talent or, making it more difficult? And I say no, it's the opposite. Um,
I
you
think
know,
so too.
when you have these different communities, we have resources and players in all these different communities that, Lake Country now coming in, LSA, when they created a different team, an independent team, the LSA Mustangs, Kalanji with SSL now, Red Top splitting off from Portros FC. I think that these things are all helping to build that base that's needed to give more opportunities. What are your feelings on that as far as what you've been able to do at Lake Country? I mean, do you see those types of things as being advantageous for the local community there?
And I can see where someone might think if you have two teams right there in close proximity, if a second team comes in or a third team comes in, then all three teams get a little bit diluted. But I would say that the overall impact is probably positive because it still provides more opportunity for others, and the cream is always going to rise. So while one may suffer, two will probably strengthen. And if that third team hadn't come, then those other two teams might have been not mediocre, but just above average. It gives the ability for someone to shine and become excellent. And again, that just makes you work that much harder as coaches and as an organization to hold on to your players too. Because I really believe that we as a club, the players, they're also our customer. We have to earn them wanting to come here. We have to
Right.
earn them wanting to play for us. And that means we have to provide an environment that makes them feel challenged and and appreciated, and also a pathway to potentially advance if that's what they're seeking, or if they're just looking for that last couple of seasons before they go to the beer leagues, then we want to give them that ability and we want to work with them. And I even want to help those guys. Maybe there's some little piece of their game that kept them when they were younger from getting where they wanted to go. Maybe I can help them overcome that and also use those guys as mentors for the younger guys. So, no, I think having more opportunities and more pathways is more exciting. And that's, you asked what my role is earlier. My role is to figure all those things out and to make sure that I'm the place that I help my sponsors make more than they invested, that the fans get more out of whatever they get at the match day experience that they ever anticipated. So they come back, so they share with others, and it makes them feel a certain thing. I don't just want them to come back to a soccer game. I want them to feel something. I want them to feel a little better than they felt earlier. I want to impact their life in some little small way. That sounds corny. I get it. I'm corny. But that's what I want to do. And I do believe sports can do that, just like movies can do that. It can make somebody's life feel a little more enriched. Maybe it inspires them to go do something different.
Right. And and that brings me up to another question I do have for you because I've spoken to other teams that are, they're starting to get some of the same ideas about trying to get into the local community, get things started. I had a discussion with FC Birmingham head coach Gabriel Gregol, and
Watch, I watched
he
that. I watched that interview. It was good.
yeah, yeah, he mentioned a lot of the challenges that come with, trying to get that club established there. They have problems with their venue and things of that nature. What have you run into as far as challenges with Lake Country? It's all I get a different story with different teams. What's your story?
So, and you and I have had some talk online. While I won't throw anybody under the bus, I will say we've had our fair share of challenges as well. We had stepped into a venue that I thought was perfect. That back in 2024, they embraced us. In 2025, we put together a verbal agreement and we had everything worked out. And it made it where I was very excited. And I did a lot with sponsors and bringing people into this. I've even brought a ton of people over to this stadium and this community and showed them this and worked hard to try to make people see that, wow, can you get the vision? And guys just bought in, players bought in, coaches bought in, sponsors bought in. And now I think some of those same people thought they had me by a barrel, over a barrel, as the season's getting ready to start. They've completely changed the opportunity
Mm.
and changed the deal. So I could relate to what Miguel was referring to when I watched it, how frustrating that was for him. The difference is I remember when he was going through this last year, I was watching it as a part of the Rev staff, and I keep track of what's going on around the whole league, kind of like you do. It's just a curiosity. So I had my backup plans in place and continue to do so. So we're not going to miss a beat. We were prepared for this. I am prepared for this. We're going to have another real exciting announcement coming up probably in the next few days for a new home base. I can't wait to share that with you. The people who thought they were going to change the deal and suck us in or make it possibly they were trying to actually do some damage. I'm not really sure what their motivations were. It won't stop us. It will not stop us, man. I'm like the Crusaders. I'm on a mission. You can't stop me. You know what I mean? And I've got my plan. We're going to go forward. There is no backup. We do not retreat. We go forward. George S. Patton was my favorite general. We're going to take territory. We're going to conquer, and we're going to continue forward. So there is no stopping. Like I said, I can't wait to tell you the new venue, and you're going to see it. I know you said you're going to be coming on the 7th. Beautiful stadium where we're going to be. Great people, probably even more open to all communities coming together than the other venue was. I've learned some things about these guys that maybe this is going to be a better option for us. If the people over there don't want us, we don't want to be there. We want to be with people that want us. So that was a challenge, Andre, but it will not stop me. And hopefully you'll see that when you come visit us here in a couple of weeks, and you'll see it for yourself. I hope I'm right. I think I am. This is my hypothesis.
Well, I mean, when you have a vision, you have to stay on course, and no matter what, hurdles coming your way, you have to jump over and get around them and get through them. And I see you doing that. And that's one of the things that attracted me as far from a media point of view. And I'll go ahead and say it that ASMG is going to partner with Lake Country as far as a media partner to do broadcasts and to do a lot of the behind the scene things to really help integrate this team into the local community. And regardless of where you are, where you end up, we're going to feature that, environment for the general public and draw more people in. So I'm looking forward to working with you. We work with a number of teams in the Georgia Conference, and it's all about us as a group helping find those opportunities for those teams. And so I'm glad that you expressed that, regardless of the setbacks you might be going through right now, you're still determined to go forward. And I look forward to seeing you do that. And so one last question here. I was running out of time. I wanted to see what is your primary focus to get going in the first part of the season? What is the primary focus for you? Is it getting through the trials, getting the players settled in, or is it some other goal that you're trying to accomplish to get going?
For us, it really is figuring out who we are because we're a brand new team, new guys coming together. I've got guys that played for me in my under 19s that are now have decided to come over and continue playing here. They know each other. There's some chemistry there with those guys, but they're young. They're going to be playing against guys in their mid 20s. They're going to have to learn how to adapt. It's a different game, it's a faster game. And then we're integrating with guys who have just graduated from college. They have their style of play. We have guys that have never played quite at this level before that have earned a spot in the starting lineup, at least for now. And everybody, it's a grind. Every night we're fighting, we're battling, but we have to see how that comes together. We've got to try things. I got to let the guys be creative, let them figure out who they are, express who they are, while I try to figure out how to make all those ingredients work.
Well, it sounds exciting, Coach, and I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. I think that having been with the conference just a little bit of time personally, I foresee this upcoming season as one of the most exciting ones to look forward to. And with the caliber of teams that we have and the competition as a whole, I think it's going to be something that it's going to be worth it for the fans to come out and support. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But thank you for taking time out today to look at this. Now, ASMG is probably going to have another announcement related to Lake Country. We don't know it yet. It's going to be a preseason thing. But we'll once we confirm details, we'll be able to announce that, and you'll be able to look forward to that as well to the public watching now. So again, Tim Gilbert, thank you for taking time out to look at us and talk to us. And we look forward to talking to you again several times during the season as we get things kicked off.
Thank you, Andre. Really appreciate the opportunity to share with you what we have going on here and what a great job you guys are doing there at ASMG.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, man. See ya.
See ya.